Greetings. Today is January 22nd, 2022. I'm here to talk to you about cooler shelf. What's it for and how to install it. More importantly, how to install it. That's what this is all about. But I want to talk to you a little bit about what cooler shelf is. Basically, it's an apparatus that you install into your ice chest to keep your food from getting ruined from the melting ice in the bottom. And anybody that's used an ice chest, you've ruined a sandwich or two. So no more soggy sandwiches. So that's the idea behind it. Comes in three sizes: small, medium, and large. The small fits in size 35 to 50 roughly, medium in 50 to 100, and the large in 100 to 150. The medium and the large will kind of blend in at that 100 mark. The medium will fit in 100, the large will fit in 100, and the small will fit in a 50, and the medium will fit in a 50. Today I'm showing you in a 50 quart, and pretty much these will both fit inside this 50 quart. You know, the thing about this, when you see it in its packaging, it's not evident that this has wings on it, and the wings basically flare out. So you got to take it out of the package. You might buy it and think it doesn't fit, but it will. Okay, it's designed to be adjustable with these wide Velcro wings on it. So that's kind of what you'd be faced when you see it when you buy it. You know, you might go onto Amazon. Well, the thing, let me back up. These were made to be adjustable, all right? So the small will fit, I told you, it'll fit in a 30 to 50 quart, and the medium will fit in 50 to 100 quart, and 100 and 150 quart. The fact that it's adjustable means it'll also fit in any cooler. So it'll fit in an Igloo or a Coleman or a Rubbermaid, any one of them. So you don't have to worry about which cooler you got. All you got to worry about is what size you got. So back to the program. As you can see, I'm going to install this one today with black Velcro because it shows up better on the video. White on white doesn't show, but when you buy yours, it will have white. Okay, and as you can see, white adhesive Velcro. So it is adhesive. You will stick it to the inside of your ice chest, and you know, if you go onto Amazon, you're going to see that there's good reviews and there's bad reviews, and generally, if you don't want to follow these instructions that I'm about to show you, you're probably going to end up with a bad review. You really need to try to follow what I tell you here. It's pretty quick. It's a 5-10 minute install, and it's real simple. It's not an exact science. You can kind of fudge it a little bit and it'll still work. You might be wondering about the adhesive Velcro and how it works. I can tell you that, again, if you follow these instructions, you'll have a good experience with it. I think I've had this Velcro in here for 8 years. I showed you that little blue ice chest just a second ago. I took it on a 14-day trip and it had ice in it the whole time, and it never came apart. It's a matter of basically scuffing the sides, pressing them on, and then repressing them on after you've used it. So with all that being said, let me show you how this gets done. What you're going to need, probably a pen and a spoon or screwdriver. The back of the spoon works really good, or the back of the screwdriver, nice smooth hard object. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your Velcro pieces off, or you can use the flaps, either one. They're the same size, so I'll just use the flap on one. And what you're going to notice on your cooler is it has a rounded edge, and then it becomes flat. This is how long it is in there. Right when it gets to be flat is how you want to measure this. Okay, and you'll put a mark out. You can see I already kind of got a mark on this maybe. You put a mark out on the edge, and that'll show you how long it is. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take the shorter flap, hang it down from the top, and that'll show you how far down it goes. Okay, and you want to do another one over here. I already have a blue mark there. So basically, it goes from here all the way to there and then down that far. And you want to slightly indent your black piece, all right? So it's going to come in about a 1/2 inch from the end. This is the absolute end. All right, so what you're going to do next is you're going to sandpaper scuff right above where your, right below where those marks are, okay? Now all you got to do is do about a 1-inch scuff. You can feel it scuff it up too. You're going to use yourself 100 grit sandpaper too, all right? That works best. You'll get some on with your purchase, so if you just happen to one day run out and you need to do this again, 100 works best. All right? You're going to scuff them really well, and you're going to come in that 1/2 inch from the end, and you're going to do it again. The reason you come in a 1/2 inch, it tends to pull the gate back better, and this is the gate. This is going to come up, so it makes use of this wall, and that wall, and then this is your final wall, basically. All right, so it's going to pull it back better once it's in there. All right, so you come back a 1/2 inch, step it up there, and you're going to want to wipe this down with a wet rag. This half's wet. All right, wipe all that dust off of there. You get a better seal, and then clean it with the dry part. And you're going to do the same for the other side. Okay, you're probably not going to be able to see that. Maybe that'll look better. Already got some marks in there, so take your piece again, right where it gets flat, go out from there, and you'll know how long it is. I have a mark right here already. All right, and then down. All right, so it's that far down and that far across, and then you're going to sandpaper that whole length under those dots, like I told you. And then do your indent, your 1/2 inch indent, and sandpaper down at dot degrees. And then you're going to wipe it down again. Actually, I'm in a duck fight over there. Or a mean duck. Now, the final part is right across here. You're going to basically connect these two edges because that's how it fits against this edge. All right, I'm going to fit in there like that. So that piece that goes in this end fits in there like so. Okay, and you can eyeball this. You can see right where you put the these marks here on the ends. You can just sandpaper right below those, the 1 inch below each one of these marks. You draw an imaginary line. You can take a straight edge and get all fancy, but like I told you in the beginning, this is not an exact install. It's kind of forgiving because the whole thing's flexible. The shelf is completely flexible, so it kind of lends itself to a forgiving install, if you will. All right, and wipe it down. The next thing you do is you attach these, all right? And the pattern's the same in all of them. And I'll show you that in a second. So you go right below your bottom line where you sandpapered in, connect the dots. You might see that this has a gap here where it's not attaching. You can actually cut that off or leave it as is. I prefer to cut it. Some of these coolers are smooth all the way. Some of them have gaps. I prefer to cut this. This is where the screwdriver comes in, all right? What you want to do is you just want to press that out. All right. Now this is the side piece I told you about, and there's your 1/2 inch indent. Okay, right here, 1/2 inch in. You take your, you're using a spoon, the back end of the spoon, and rub it on there. Okay. Now after you use this thing once, you're gonna rub these back on there, okay? And they also want to sit in there. You need to install this in a dry cooler. You can't go fill your cooler full of ice and goods and then try to install this. It needs to be dry, and you're going to want to let these things cure for at least 24 hours. A week is absolutely the best because there's a chemical reaction going on between this sticky and the plastic on the side. All right, so same deal. All right. This, I don't think you can see that. Well, anyway, I'll show you afterwards. My bottom line, connect the dots all the way to the flat end. All right. It's actually a little bit crooked, but like I told you, it's not going to matter because it's a forgiving install. And then the vertical piece over here. 1/2 inch in. And as you can see, I didn't even put that vertical, but it'll work. So rub these on really well. We're getting the air bubbles out. And the final piece is down here, across. Now you can see it's pretty obvious where it goes. At the same level, dead center if you can, but again, if you just miss a little bit, it's okay. It'll be fine. So just kind of connect the imaginary dots. All right. And rub them on. And that is how you install the cooler shelf. And that pattern is the same on all the ice chests. There is one difference when you put in in a large one. It's going to have a vertical. All right. Incidentally, the large can fit inside storage boxes too. This would fit in here if I installed it in there. Again, the vertical, the extra large has this piece right here. All right, the vertical. So here's a medium. I think this is a 90 quart cooler, and there's the pattern. All right, it's just the same. I was just showing you a storage container. I actually use one in my storage unit for some long stem wine glasses. These are all cups and glasses, and this is now protected from those jostling around in my storage bin. So whatever you might need it for, if you're gonna buy them for a storage bin, they're not, storage bins aren't measured in quarts. It's just a dimension. All right, so what you're going to do, and in the body of this video, I'll show you each measurement, what they expand to. So what range a small will fit, what range a medium fit, and what range a large will fit, in addition to the quart size cooler you can use. But in a storage unit, they're not done in quarts. So you would just measure the distance across down about 2 inches where it would go in there. And this one was going to measure roughly 13.5 inches down there. And so, I mean, if you see the extra large fits in there, that's what you would do. You would measure, then you would determine which size shelf would fit in the container. It's that simple. All right. So how this ends up going in, it goes like this. Put these side ones on first. The fat side, or the one thin side, goes against the one strip. The 1 inch goes on the 1 inch. This fat hook side goes up or out. All right, the 1 inch strip on the 1 inch strip over here. That was backwards. These need to be on the inside. The fuzzy part needs to be on the inside. Where you're not going to find it. I'm drawing a blank. No, that's not how it goes. All right, so attach this end and then lift this up. Lift these up. Lift these flaps up into it. Sorry, I had to do this opposite so I could. So this is what I was telling you about before. If you put this in about 1/2 an inch, it pulls this up better and makes for a little bit more secure gate. All right, and that's how the cooler shelf goes in, and that's what it looks like when it's in there. So whatever you gonna put in there, it'll hold. It'll hold quite a bit of weight. Incidentally, if you ever need to re-Velcro yours and you have to go to the store, this is the Velcro that's used on this. It's called it's industrial strength Velcro from Velcro USA. You can find it at Home Depot and Lowe's and Michael's Crafts and Ace Hardware. It's everywhere, and you can find it on Amazon as well. We actually sell these on Amazon, and I hope that was instructional enough for you to get your own cooler shelf in. You really want to press these back on after you use it. All right, the first couple times it's helpful. If you follow those steps, if you scuff the sides with that 100 grit sandpaper, you wipe it clean, you press those things on, and you wait a week, you're gonna have a fantastic experience with the cooler shelf. All right. So thanks for watching, and Happy New Year.